I am so excited about this one. This video is a must for you if you want to get real and actually start doing something about curing the underlying reasons why you have anxiety rather than just cover it up with a band-aid and rather just go straight into medication or any other methods that you are using right now. Your mood and the chemical balance in your brain is so insanely linked to your gut. That's why they call your gut the second brain, ultimately, at the end of the day. How you eat can either work for you or against you. You can either completely heal yourself and calm your anxiety and feel completely at peace through what you eat, or you can do the opposite and make it so much worse, and you most likely won't even realize that you're doing this, and the impacts of what you're eating can actually cause your mood and your anxiety. Make sure you stay till the very, very end because you definitely need all the information that I'm about to drop on you if you want another way and the most effective way to actually cure and ease your anxiety. So stay tuned. I'm so excited. If you're watching this video, I'm going to take a guess and say that you are dealing with anxiety yourself in your day-to-day life. And I know firsthand how crippling and all-consuming this really can be when you're just trying to get through your day and you just feel like it is such a struggle. Through my work, I've noticed that so many of my clients do have either a past with anxiety and depression or they're currently dealing with it. And they don't correlate or they don't realize at all how much impact what you're eating, especially if what you're eating isn't the best and you're eating lots of processed food. But don't worry, we're going to get into that. But they don't realize how much they're actually hurting their chances and they're hurting their moods by just what they're intaking. So the whole point of this video is to very much show you how to take your health into your own hands with this and how to ultimately heal what is actually causing your anxiety and your mood swings and all the other emotional issues that you might be dealing with day to day. Ultimately, doing it this way is much more effective and much more superior than just turning to medication. As a disclaimer, I am not a doctor, of course. I'm a nutritionist, so I'm not saying by any means that you should watch this video and just get off your medication at all if that is what you're taking. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. What I am hoping to accomplish is that you just get a bit of knowledge and a bit of awareness that there are other ways to do it if maybe you're not happy with medication or ultimately your end goal is to stop taking medication for your anxiety. So this is the video for you. The benefits of healing your anxiety and your depression through food and through nutrition is so much more superior than doing it through medication. Namely, medication quite often is given out without looking at a thorough intake of your hormones. I've noticed through my experience with clients that quite often it can take ages to find one that works effectively with your anxiety, or after a certain amount of time they're not as effective anymore and you might have to alter it, and just generally it's quite frustrating and it's not as useful, and yet it is quite often used as the go-to, when the go-to to heal your anxiety really should be through what you're eating, your nutrition, as well as your mindset and your mindful practices. But we won't get into that today. We're just zeroing in on the food, don't worry. Food and nutrition is the very best medicine you will ever take for your body, hands down. And yet it's the most underutilized as well, which is absolutely mad. Food affects the hormones and the way that our actual body operates. So for example, serotonin, which we all know is the happy drug, is produced in our gut. So if you have a messed up gut that isn't functioning for you, your serotonin production is dramatically going to decrease, and that has such a direct effect on your mood. And it becomes so much more difficult to feel happy and just like you're living throughout your day. You need a healthy gut in order to do that. And medication is not how you do it. How you do it is through what you're actually eating. What you have to start to do today, and I mean it when I say today, is to start incorporating more real food into your diet. That, hands down, without a doubt, is the most effective and efficient thing you can do immediately to start reaping the benefits. You immediately are thinking, oh, Tara, I know, give me something else. I want to actually challenge you on that. If you know that you should be eating more real foods and less processed foods, then why aren't you? And I'm not saying that to be too hard on you or anything like that, but why aren't you? Because ultimately this isn't just a case of aesthetics or wanting to lose weight or a New Year's resolution or you're trying to trim down before a holiday or anything. That we're not talking about that. This is your mood. This is your life, how you feel day in and day out. Don't you owe it to yourself to make sure that you are trying to feel good day in and day out? And if anxiety and depression and your mood really affects how you operate, how you show up at work, as a mom, as the leader of your family, why aren't you doing everything that you can in your power to feel good? This is your sense of calm. This is your day when you go through your day laughing, playing with your kids. Isn't that so much more important than the bag of crisps, Diet Coke, and maybe some of the processed food that you eat throughout the day, if you really think about it in that context? I'm not going to get overly technical here because ultimately that shit doesn't really matter. What does matter is that I'm telling you to take a step away and walk away from the processed and boxed food that you're consuming right now. A rule of thumb that I tell my clients is that if there are more than 5 ingredients on a packaged product, then most likely that has been processed. Usually the really processed foods have a whole hell of a lot more than 5 ingredients. You'll see like a huge chunk of 10, 15 ingredients or so, and most of them are super scientific sounding and you can't pronounce them, and that is also a major red flag. They sound like they're straight out of a lab. They are, and you need to avoid them because your body doesn't know how to process that, and that immediately affects your gut and your ability to stabilize your mood and to be happy in your day-to-day, okay? The easiest way to start this transition really is gradually. If you watch my channel, you know that I am not an advocate of the all or nothing mentality. It's very much about small little steps that actually get you the real change that you're after. It's not the huge dramatic ones, even though most people do think that that is actually what's going to change. But trust me, no, no, no. I'm not saying to right now go with a bin bag and go through your kitchen and completely bin everything that is in a box or has more than 5 ingredients. That's not what I'm saying. You need to do it gradually and seek to cut out what feels quite easy for you and feels like you can do it without upheaving your whole life. Swap them out for things that are less packaged and do not buy them again. Because if food is in your house or near you, you will eventually eat it, and that works for you or against you. You're going to eventually eat all the crap food that's in your house, or you're going to eventually eat all the good food that you've brought into your house as well. So let's talk about the real food that I'm addressing here. Firstly, I am saying vegetables. I know, vegetables. A tale as old as time. Starchy, fresh vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli, leafy greens, all the good stuff like that, as well as quality protein from animals. So I'm talking organic, if you're able to do organic. If you are watching this from the UK or Europe, Lidl has amazingly high quality meat. So if you can shop and get your meats there, I absolutely recommend that. I tell most of my clients this as well. Good fats. You know, I'm all about the avocados and all the nut butters and everything like that. That's absolutely what you should be leaning on and what I'm suggesting to cure your gut and cure your anxiety here. Legumes like lentils and chickpeas, and gluten-free grains. So that can be either gluten-free options of what your normal grains that you would eat or naturally gluten-free grains. I do not want you to get overwhelmed here and think that all of a sudden I'm suggesting all this work for you. I know you're a busy mom, a busy woman. You have so much on the go. I don't want you to completely overhaul your entire life trying to incorporate more real foods. The easiest way to do this is to absolutely nail your breakfast, absolutely nail your lunch, and then come dinner, if it's the family meal, relax a little bit And maybe at first it means that you're just nailing breakfast and lunch and you're still having some processed food towards dinner or snacks, and that's absolutely okay. Each and every small bit that you are moving towards having more natural food will absolutely help. I don't ever want you to think otherwise. Because there is so much information that I can go on about this topic and about how to naturally heal your anxiety, I've actually made a second part to this series, and I'm going to be going over all the food that you should stop eating and cut out of your diet in order to heal your anxiety. I have linked that video right here if you just want to click on it, and it will go straight there. And I want you to grab a pen at hand if you haven't already through this video, because there are so many good ones that you need to take in. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone who you feel could benefit from it as well. Anxiety and depression, especially with women, and especially with the year and a bit that we've had with COVID and everything going on, is a very, very real issue. And it's an issue that most people don't realize can be completely fixed through all natural processes and medication, meaning the food that we eat. I want anyone who is struggling right now to know there is a very, very viable way to fix it. So please let me know in the comment section below if you've benefited from this or if you have any extra questions for me. If you haven't already, please make sure that you have subscribed to my channel. I release new videos every Thursday at 7 p.m. UK time. So with that, I will leave you and I will see you in the next video.